Fashion trends plays a significant role in shaping youth's culture, identity, and self-expression. Youths use fashion to communicate their values, attitudes, and beliefs, showcasing their unique personality and style. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us on another interesting episode of Youth Connect on Trust TV. I'm Fatima Ahmed Musa. Now joining me in the studio is Absalom Likita. He's an animator. Thank you so much, Absalom, for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And we have Zainab Muhammad. She's a student. Thank you so much, Zainab.
Thank you for having me.
And we have joining us via Zoom, Joseph Michael. He's a media consultant. Thank you so much, Joseph, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, please.
Now let's go on a quick break, and when we return, the discussion will continue. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is Youth Connect coming to you from Trust TV. Thank you so much again for joining me. Okay, so Zainab, let me start with you. What does fashion mean to you?
So fashion is just the way you express yourself and your personality. I think the way we dress speaks on who we are as people. So that's the first way people identify who you are before you speak to them.
Yeah. So are you saying dress how you want to be addressed? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, how about you?
Yeah, fashion today it's all about self-expression. Yeah, you wear what you feel. Yeah, and you dress the way you want to be addressed, like you said. Yeah.
Just like I said, Joseph, what do you think of fashion nowadays? I mean, you see how young people tend to dress, even on social media, on the street, and maybe even amongst your peers. What can you say influences that?
So to me, fashion is your self-identity, and your appearance, how you look, and how you behave, and on how you behave on the attire, on what you're putting on. That's what fashion means. That's the simple meaning of fashion.
Okay, so but where do young people tend to get their inspiration from? Because, I mean, what we see them wearing now is different from what we see, other generation wear. Even though some of the things that our mothers, fathers were wearing before, it's coming back to trend. So where do they get some of the fashion sense? Because there are some dresses that we don't really get where it's coming from.
So I think there are people who have like an original sense of fashion. They just know what they want to wear and then they wear that. And then there are also people who like to dress according to people that they trust or people that they follow. So celebrities, people that they see online, on social media, whatever is trending at the moment, they decide that that's what they want to wear.
But Absalom, do you think idolizing celebrities and then going with what celebrities wear, it's actually the trend that young people should?
Because lately it's influence of social media that has been bringing up all these current trends, especially bringing back the Y2K fashion, the current state we're in now, and also cultural and social influences also make people dress the way they dress now.
Okay. Joseph, I mean, I'm sure as a media consultant, you've come across, so many fashion trends that maybe you've tend to question. What would you say the young people should look out for when they are, following the fashion trends?
Okay, thank you. I just want to explain a bit quickly. Fashion for an event, you understand, it's basically for a certain purpose and a character. You might have a function, or you might have a role to play, and they give you an attire to suit in.
Yeah, I think we've lost Joseph again before he comes back. But Zainab, what inspires your fashion sense for you as a person, aside from what we tend to see on social media?
My fashion sense is basically based on modesty. Looking elegant and comfort. So I'm not really fazed by all of the trends, although some of them are very good, but as long as I'm comfortable and I feel like I look good enough for myself, then I'm fine with that.
So you don't go for all this, tight clothes
No.
and makeup trends that we see a lot of people wearing. All those doesn't really intrigue you.
Yeah, it's not for me.
How about your peers? Like when you get to go out, hang out, do you tend to dress like them, or you just still go with your own fashion sense?
No, I think everybody should just dress the way they want to dress, and yeah, that's just what I do.
Absalom, I mean, I can see the way you are dressed. That's fashionable already. But so, what inspired you to, go on this?
I wear mostly what I'm comfortable with. I can't wear something that will not make me move properly or maybe be comfortable with what I wear. So I go with mostly the streetwear trend, where you have comfort and unlike the traditional fashion which prioritizes aesthetics. So,
how about in school? Like, do you? I was asking Zainab, like if you in school you experienced, you don't dress in this certain way, so you don't belong to this group, kind of thing. Did you experience that as a student, even though you're still in school?
No, I have not experienced that, and I think it's just because of my personality, and I don't want to dress any other way. But yes, that happens, but not to me.
How about you, Absalom? I mean, you just graduated as well. Has that? Have you seen that happening to your group of friends, or even you? Like, it happens a lot in school. I mean,
lately I've influenced others to start wearing street clothing because I started a brand lately that gives people comfortable ways to wear and be okay with what they wear. So and it's also acceptable by the school. So you don't have to break the rules to dress fine.
So is it a modest kind of dressing? Is it for both men, boys, young girls, just casual?
I'm going for a gender neutral type of thing that both male and female can wear. T-shirts, like this one I'm wearing is gender neutral. Both the ladies and the men, they order from me, and I also design caps and trousers to sell.
Modest dressing.
Yeah, modest dressing.
So what would you say, Zainab, young people should do, in terms of picking what they need to wear? Like you said, dress how you want to be addressed. I mean, even Absalom said the same thing. So at what point should they know what they are supposed to wear and to what occasion? Because, like I said, we see some kind of dressing that, is half naked on social media and thereabouts. So, like you said, even though they tend to follow what maybe people that they idolize, like celebrities and probably artists, like musicians and what have you. So, at what point should they pick what they are supposed to wear that is modest for them?
I think that you should also think of other people when you're dressing to go somewhere. So, respect where you're going and who's going to be there. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't dress in a way that fits your personality or how you like, but then it's good to be considerate and mindful of the occasion. So you can't, it wouldn't be appropriate for you to wear something that would offend people, like maybe going
your family background and what have you.
Maybe going to a school where there are little children and you're dressed in skimpy clothes. That's not appropriate. So I think young people should consider that. I know that we, especially the Gen Z, we like to express ourselves and try and be defiant of rules, but there's a time and place for everything.
So, Absalom, do you think young people should even idolize celebrities and go with what they wear, or they should have their own fashion sense? So just, like Zainab said, they don't tarnish the image of, their background, where they're coming from, where they're going to, and all that. So do you think they should consider all that too?
Okay, I think everybody should have his own fashion sense. And it should also be appropriate. Especially if you come from, if you're trying to do a cultural type of thing, that you don't want your people from home to see that this guy is not dressing, dressing differently, or maybe she's exposing her body and stuff like that. Everybody should have what he feels will be appropriate to wear, and also you should also be diverse, but also respectful, with people you work with or people you live around.
I mean, Zainab, he talked about, fashion and culture. How would you say, fashion reflects your culture, in what you wear every day? Or is it something that you pick when to wear and when not to wear?
Well, I'm Hausa and I'm Muslim, so obviously the way I dress ideally is supposed to be very modest and covered. So I try my best to do that every day. So I try to follow the rules as much as I can.
So how about when you see, like you said, you're Hausa, and you see other Hausa ladies dressing in a way that you feel it goes against your culture or your tradition? How do you feel about that?
I don't feel really strongly towards that because I feel like, yes, there are rules and there are guidelines to the way we're supposed to dress, but also everybody is an individual and they know about these rules, and if they choose not to follow them, then that's really on them. I don't have a say in that.
I mean, you can see what is displayed on TV right now. That's the fashion sense that we're talking about. But are there other things like you consider, Absalom, when you go to pick your kind of clothes that you tend to wear and, to maybe certain occasions? Are there things that you tend to look out for?
Yeah, style is also it. Like the style I go for is comfort. Like I said, something that will be comfortable with and that's appropriate. Yeah.
Okay, let's go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue this discussion. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. This is Youth Connect coming to you from Trust TV. Joseph, thank you so much for coming back again.
To reception doesn't permit me to relate my view. Apologies, please.
It's okay. Okay, so let me ask you this question. What are some of the ways to, make fashion more sustainable in our society today?
Looking good is very important. But some of the way to make fashion more sustainable is dress decent, wear decent, behave decent. We were made to understand that the way you look, that is how people will address you. You understand? And it's very important for you to, as an African person, and as a custodian of African culture, and every African man need to behave and dress decent. You understand? And forget about what is trending. And what is trending is made for a certain purpose. Like I was saying, and if peradventure you have a role to play, and your role to play has to go with some certain dressing attire. You understand? And most of those people acting on that certain role, as soon as they are done with that role, they take off that dress. Do you understand? But we, the Gen Z, sometimes what they behave is what they see is what they wear and what they pick. And it's actually not trying to portray we the African culture, the way we behave. An African man behave and dress well decent. The way we look, the way we behave, and the way we act. And with this, and I can say that this is a little I have to tell you regarding this.
Okay, so let me ask this. It's going to be like a general question. How has social media influenced your choice of fashion? Because, I mean, you can't just say, oh, I went for what I'm wearing because I feel like I want to wear. You must have seen it somewhere. Maybe a fashion designer has, designed this particular, design that you're wearing. So how has social media helped you in your choices of the kind of fashion that you tend to pick?
So these days, there are a lot of fashion influencers, like Shahad Batal. They influence like modest wear, Aisha Haroon. There are many of them. So they're redefining how you can dress modestly and still be very stylish. So yes, they really helped me in that. New ways to tie your hijab, new abaya designs. So without social media, I don't think a lot of people who like to dress modestly would have access to that variety.
Okay, Absalom, how has fashion industry or represented diversity? Do you think they have represented diversity enough for people that have to have different cultural influence of where they're coming from, like Zainab just said, as a Hausa lady, maybe there's a certain kind of dress that she wants to wear. So do you think the fashion industry has represented the diversity when it comes to that?
Yeah, I would say because they are different. Like she said, there are designers she follows who who portray modesty and still be fashionable. Yeah, there are different fashion designers who tend to have their own style. Yeah, that people can follow and go with what they like. So me, like this fashion designer I follow most of the time, his name is Virgil Abloh. He's late now, but his trend gives comfort to like the people buying his things. They wear it because of comfort and still be stylish. Yeah. So the shoes he makes, they are foam slippers that you can walk in very comfortable without any issues. And cultural diversity now, you know, there are other people that tend to wear their to wear their native designs here. So there are textile industries who design different materials for that. And like me, I wish I could wear more of my traditional attire, but it's exposing, and I can still try to blend it.
That is so because you're a musician. I mean, I'm sure that's where you're heading to.
Yeah, that's where I'm heading to. But I think I would like to merge that with what I'm creating currently, to bring back my tradition to
life again in your kind of,
and to promote modesty in what you wear. Yes.
So does this mean that you have issues with how young people tend to dress on social media, or even, you know, on the physical, when you tend to see them on the street and all that? Because all of you keep talking about modesty.
Yeah.
So do you have some sort of concerns about how young people tend to dress these days?
Yeah, I think it's getting too much now, because a lot of girls like to expose their bodies, and I don't think
Why girls? Guys too.
Oh, guys too. Let me know.
I mean, there are still guys that sag and, you know,
yes, true.
Wear skimpy trousers.
Let me just generalize it, because both the men and the women, there are people who don't dress modest. Because lately, the type of outfits I'm seeing, like, I'm not really, I don't know whether it's because of me or what I think about what their parents would think, but I don't think their parents are happy with the way they dress. Yeah, so me, I'm trying to like give them something that both their parents, people, their teachers and everybody around them would feel like, yeah, this guy is dressing good and clean. Yeah, I'll give him a thumbs up, that kind of thing.
Okay, Joseph, do you think, you know, fashion has something to do with promoting body positivity? Because, I mean, you all have been talking about modesty, like I said. So do you think it has a way of promoting body positivity for some of the people that have, you know, maybe been body shamed or bullied because of certain ways that they look or their body looks and stuff like that? So do you think that helps?
It did really help. And if you are beautiful, you are beautiful. You must not try to wear some certain clothes that will press you and bring all your shape. Who don't find already. I'm sorry for using broken, but that's the fact about it. You understand? You know. But if you want to dress decent, if you dress decent, people will see who you are. Like I told you. Okay, well, let me give an example. I was in Nuse Market like a few days ago. Sorry for calling the locations. You can imagine the way the youth are dressing. It's not quite funny. Do you ever visit Nuse Market and see what's going on a Friday morning, Friday evening? It's not funny. The youth are exposing their body, basically the female genders. I'm very happy for you bringing this program. Basically the female gender. What are they exposing? All this is for men, trying to distract people. It is very wrong. Please, if this can continue, and if, like I said, if Nigeria government can set up a body responsible for flogging people who dress indecent, it will be very nice.
Okay, Joseph is saying the Nigerian government should do something about how people, you know, young people tend to dress, and Absalom and Joseph are going for how ladies dress. What would you say about this as a woman?
Okay, so
do you have concerns? That's the point.
There's a difference between dressing in a way that people don't like and dressing in a way that offends the entire society. So in other countries, if you expose yourself, maybe your private parts in public, then you can be arrested and even charged, and you'll be registered as a sex offender or something. But just because someone dresses in a way that you don't agree with, I don't think that should make them get them arrested or charged by a government body.
So you're saying they have the freedom to dress how they want?
Yes.
Regardless?
Yes. So maybe it would be better to ignore such people or just look away.
But then if they're actually doing it for men, the men have issues with it, right? So do you have concerns? That's the question.
Yeah, we the men are always harassed and confused in such situations.
I think what I'm concerned about is women dressing for other people. I think you should dress for yourself. You should dress in a way that honors your body. So that's what I would tell women, that dress for yourself and not for men or any other person.
Okay. Absalom, where do you see fashion, in the next 5 years? Do you think what your vision of, including, the native, the cultural aspect of it will come to play in the next 5-10 years in the fashion industry? I mean, we see how people tend to, natives are actually going far. People are making suits with our native attires and what have you. Well, how do you see it in the next 5-10 years?
Well, I feel like it will come into place, because when you work towards something, you definitely achieve it. That's what I feel. And the way I'm working towards that is that I want to like work with other brands to like push what I have in my mind. And in the next 5 years, I believe that a lot of people will dress modest, kind of, with my own fashion, I think. But what I feel like, everybody should dress like what is comfortable with them, and if somebody doesn't like what you wear, I think that would be the person's problem and not yours. And I feel like if you're not happy with what somebody's wearing, you should just kind of ignore. I'll say ignore, and maybe try to talk to the person, but I don't think that we want to change the way the person dress, because if the person is comfortable with what the person wears,
All right, so Joseph, where do you see the future of fashion, and how does it look to you with what we see right now being displayed on our faces, at this point?
In 5 years from now, the Gen Z, they will dress. I'm telling you, with what is going on, with what is trending, the Gen Z, you'll be surprised. They will go out with only pint, and they will call it fashion. I'm serious what I'm telling you. I know what I'm saying. I don't want to call locations. I traveled a lot. I've traveled a lot. I traveled to various institutions for programs and functions. I know what I'm saying. I bet you 5 years from now, Nigeria will dress naked. We will function to places, events, and what have you.
Okay, so what advice will you give? What advice will you give someone struggling with fashion confidence? A lot of people are actually struggling with what they want to wear. Is when they see other people wearing that they tend to wear what they want to wear, just like Zainab said. So what advice will you give people that are having struggles, with their fashion sense?
See, the fashion industry, what is proper? What is decent? That is very important. Is it people intend to watch to learn what they see, to pick up what they see. If the fashion industry in this country can be portraying decent dressing, both in event, in show, whatever they want to do, I know Nigeria learn from what they see. Let the fashion industry improve on decent dresses. I know Nigeria youth would learn a lot, because they learn from what they see. All this center on fashion industry, man.
Okay, so Zainab, in 30 seconds, what advice would you give women? Because women are actually the main target here when it comes to dressing. You know, there's a way man will dress and it's okay, but when a woman does it, it becomes a problem. So what advice would you give young women of your peer, you know, out there that dressing in a certain way that would actually be like a, you know, a backlash to them?
I think dress elegantly, respect your own body, respect other people around you. Try to remember that, well, we're Africans and we're Nigerians and we're supposed to be modest, we're supposed to dress properly. Don't forget where you're coming from. Not every fashion trend needs to be followed. So, yes, that's what I have to say.
All right. Thank you so much, Zainab, for being on the show.
Thank you.
Absalom, thank you so much for joining
You're
me.
welcome.
Joseph, thank you so much for joining us as well.
You're welcome. I apologize again for my network reception here is not really allowing me to respond properly. Please, I would love to join this again next time.
It's fine.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Well, this is where we come to the end of this episode. Do join us again next week for another interesting episode of Youth Connect on Trust TV. I mean, you heard it all. Dress how you want to be addressed. It's very important. I remain Fatima Ahmed Musa. Bye for now.